Hello, Year 3 again. Mr. Dice here, as ever. It was so lovely again to see you last week. The work you produced was just absolutely fantastic. I thought you might have found it a little difficult, but you really, really rose to the occasion and produced some fantastic work. And I was so pleased as usual to see it. Now this week we're going to take it down from, we did figurative work last week, which was trying to make things look as absolutely near to them as you possibly could. And this week we're going to have a go at a little bit of cartooning, a bit of light refreshment, as it were. So we'll start off with a basic warm-up activity, and then we'll go on to some practice work, and then finish off with a final piece. So looking forward to seeing the results later on. So for our warm-up activity, we're going to just take our pencil, you can hold it whichever way you want to, and we're going to start off by putting pencil on the paper and going away from us. So pencil on the paper, going away from us. Pencil down, away, down, away. What I'm trying to do, I'm not so scribbly this week, we're trying to keep those close as possible. So down on the paper, pressure, and then push away, pressure, push away. Now, where I've gone a little bit wider here, as you can see on this side, I'm going to go back over, pressure, push up, pressure, push up. I'm going to push a little harder this time, so I get a slightly different. When I came here, the harder I press with the pencil, the darker the graphite is going to be. So that's our first activity. Push down with your pencil, and it's not going to go directly up. We're going to try and curve that, and we're trying to keep the lines as close together as we possibly can. So have a little pause and see how that goes. The next thing we're going to do is we're going to go away from our circles. We were making circles last time. We're going to try and do more of an egg shape this time, or an oval shape. So I want you just to practice making oval shapes. So it's almost like it's a circle that's been squished down a bit. So have a go at that. And again, it's the same thing again. You can go over maybe 2 or 3 times until you get the shape that you really want to do. So instead of our circles, we're going to be doing an oval shape, more of an egg shape. Yep. So again, have a go now at practicing your oval shapes. And if it's not right first time, go over 2 or 3 times until you get that shape that you're happy with. And perhaps when you've done one that you're really pleased with, just go over and over again, so your body and your hand and your shoulder and your mind and your eye all start working together, so that you can try and do another one that's going to be fairly similar in size and shape. So that's a little practice session. So again, pause and have a go and see if you can do that one for me. The next thing I would like you to do is to have a go at doing those ovals on their sides and in sets of 2, and then we can put a circle in the middle of those. And if we add little lines above, I'm not sure if you can see what I'm doing, but we're making really a pair of cartoon eyes, and the eyebrows always give us a clue as to how that person is going to be thinking. So what I want you to do is to practice 2 ovals, same size. In the middle of those ovals, put a circle, And then you can shade those in. Also, with a little bit of our rubber, you can rub out a little bit so it looks like the eyes are going. And however you put your eyebrows in is going to make it appear to have some sort of emotion on that face. Okay, so again, pause and see how that goes. This is still really a basic warm-up, so don't worry about it if it doesn't go right. Have fun. Now the next stage of the proceeding is this. I'm going to try and do 2 ovals that are more or less going to fill up my piece of paper. I'm just going to go, now I've done it once, I'm going to go over slightly darker for you, but so you can see my ovals more clearly on the camera, but you don't have to. You just make sure that you've done it so that it's quite faint and light. Now the next thing we want to do is to try and see where halfway between the top and the bottom comes, and I'm just going to draw a little line, a dot basically, where halfway comes. So it's an estimate, I don't need to measure it. And then I'm going to take a little line that comes from one side to the other, but I'm going to make it drop slightly below that line so it's curved. And again, you can do this in a faint way. You can see how I've now got those 2 lines and they're coming down beneath here. Now I'll tell you why we're doing that. We're going to create a face. And because our top of our head and our chin, the distance between there, if we cut halfway through, that's where we find some of our important features. So for instance, our ears, and I'm just going to put a set of ears on that one, which stick out from our head, which are going to funnel the sound into them, so it's quite handy for us, are going to fit just on that halfway line. Now I'm going to do the eyes, and the eyes are going to sit on that halfway line. So I'm going to put 1, 2, like we practiced in our practice session. That's a good way of putting it. Now I'm just going to do a nose, and for this nose I'm going to come down like that, and that nose is going to start right in the middle. This is what's called the bridge of your nose, and that comes between the 2 eyes. So just a little nose, that's just 1 line down and across. You can, if you want sometimes, is just to put another line like so. So you've made almost like an arrow shape. And then underneath there's a little space. And we're now going to do our mouth, which is, I always think of it as slightly, it's like an M that someone's flattened. And then underneath that, your bottom lip is going to come through like so. So again, these are things that you can practice. I might put a little darkness in there. I might put an eye here now. And I don't know, a little thing on the chin. And I could cartoon in some, or just put some cheeks here, like so. Now, this is quite good. It still looks like an egg, I think. So we're going to put some hair in. I'm going to start off, I'm going to decide where the parting is. That's the bit where hair goes one way and then goes across to the other. I haven't got one of those, or I've got a massively wide one. So I'm going to put the parting right in the middle on this one, I think. So the parting, the hair is going to come down to about here, I think. And so I'm going to bring hair across here and slightly across here. And I'm going to do the technique I did before. Push down, come across. Push down, come across. So I'm making that hair come to the way that I want it. I'm going to go back over again. Slightly different, because if you look at people's hair close to you, you find that it's not all one colour. It's different colours, different shades of the same colour, all mixed in, some lighter and some darker. And sometimes you get a little bit poking up. So there. Now, the only thing missing from this at the moment is my famous smudging, but also the eyebrows. And the eyebrows are going to give us a clue as to how that person is feeling. So I'm going to make these eyebrows quite happy eyebrows. Yeah. So while we're doing this, it's giving us the correct proportions. If you want to have a look at your friend sat next to you and they can look at you, you can see that the distance between top and bottom, halfway along, is where your ears are going to come, the top of your ears, that is. Your eyes are going to be on that line, and hopefully you haven't got, like I have, a furrowed brow. And then, of course, we can use that to create lots of different faces, and this is the fun part. You can choose, everyone's going to have eyes, but you can do, oh, I tell you what, I'm going to rub that out, and I'm going to do eyes that are looking sort of in this direction to the side. And I'm going to rub that out again, rub that out again, rub that through. Now the nose I can do down and back like so, and that will give me my nose. The mouth again is that flattened M. It's as if a great big weight has squished the M down. Then that comes down like so. I'm going to make this one shocked a bit more, I think, or a bit crosser. Can you see how those eyebrows just made that person look a little bit crosser already? And then hair. What should we have for hair this time? We could have a parting on the side, I think, this time. And we can make the hair slightly longer and madder. So push hard, come across. And again, I'm going to fill this in again now, like we did in our practice session. Let me see if I can show you a bit more clearly here. So this hair's a bit messier, hasn't been brushed for some time. And their mouth's a little bit open. So this person, I don't know, might be frightened. Oh, I've forgotten the ears. So let's put some ears on. Like so. Some brows, some lines there, and smoke coming out of the ears. So that's the sort of thing we're looking for. Just run through that again, top to bottom, half, make that line curved. Do those faint so you're not going to see them too much, and you can always rub them out. I can see through here. You can always put a pair of glasses on if you wanted to. Just a nice, use our circles again. Nice line there, and the glasses go there. So basically, you can have some fun with that activity. When you've done those, and you can also do small ones to fill in your paper, and you can put them on an angle. No, if you do it on an angle, the nose comes like that. You could have long hair if you wanted. Have a practice with it, and then when you've done 5 or 6 small quick ones, the last thing I want you to do, and this is what I want to see, is I want you to do a fairly large one. Again, I'm going to do this quite quickly. So I give you the basics, and then try and copy the one that you found from your sheet here, the one that you liked best of all. Make one really good copy of this cartoony person. Okay, hopefully that's given you enough to go on with, to get along with. Let's push that down. Oh, come back that way. So And then when you're happy with what you've done, what you've done so far, then just really concentrate on making the hair right and the eyes, a little rubbing in perhaps on the cheeks, a little shading around the jawline. Just really go and see if you can make it as nice as you can, and then I'll join you. I'll come and join you on our Zoom call as per usual. Thanks so much for listening again, and I really am excited to see what it's like when I see you next.